How's it going, guys? My name is Fabrizio, and today we'll be going over how to get started with a project in Premiere and how to get the settings right, how to start a little sequence. I'll teach you guys what I do with cuts, keeping motion right, keeping the story intact, and also you'll see kind of like what camera movements and camera spaces I have with a certain set or a certain amount of subjects, right? So here we go. Open up Premiere, and I already have it labeled. It's going to be called Kettner Sexual Harassment. This is going to be an example with a commercial I did for a law firm that we shot for, and we were doing a sexual harassment commercial, right? So new project, and it's what happens is, okay, so I have, if you go to location of the project, okay, so let's go back, right? So open Premiere, comes up to this screen, then you press new project, and it'll show you this screen, right? At this screen, you're going to do is time code, audio samples, capture DV, scratch sticks is going to be same as project, so whatever you choose the location of the project is going to be up here. I already have it set to the folder I want, but I'll show you guys how to set it to your folder that you want, right? And obviously before you start or open Premiere, make a new folder wherever you want this to go. If you want it to go to your documents, put it there. If you want it to go to an external drive, you can, and that's what I'm doing right now with my external drive, right? Browse, and I'll go to this folder, Finder, My Book, which is my hard drive, and then set it to folder of your choice, and I'll choose Kettner Shoes and name it SH Commercial. Okay, deny, and okay, so now you're on here and it's blank and you have nothing going on. Double click the space right here, and if your screen's not the same, go ahead and click effects up here, and we'll have the same kind of, this is what I like to use because you have everything, right? You can even make this smaller, you don't need it as much. And make the volume smaller so your sequence is bigger, and then the effect controls back so your view's bigger, right? And this is because I'm on a 27-inch monitor. If you're on your laptop, try to make the sequence and the viewing the biggest, right? So double click here, this space where it says project, right? Double click and you will be importing your files, right? If you can't do that, go to file, import, same thing, my shots, and then you want to drag all the shots you need, import, wait till they import, and now you have all your shots in Premiere, ready to go. What I like to do is scroll down all the way, hit this little up and down key, go to list view sort. They'll list them through the names of your shots and make them all in order, right? Nice and organized by a time frame. Okay, so this first shot, let's check it out. And give me a sec, it's still importing. Should take a second here. Okay, so now we're on the shot number one, first take, and I know this is what happens, right? On set, it'll take several takes to one takes that you like, right? Different takes for different scenes or different shots. And for this one, we have, as you can see, 3, right, different ones. So I'll just click through. Maybe the first one's good. Let's see. Okay, no, so he looks right at me. Right. Second one, he looks up before this movement, right? So you just want to scroll through shots. This isn't it. The third one is probably it because that's the last take we got, and because it's the last take, that probably means we landed on what we wanted, right? So good, and cut right there. Go back, drag that in. So what I did was, I don't need the. So what I did was, I like the shot, right? Clicked on the shot. Now, what I did to get these bars, when I wanted it to start, I wanted to start right there when it's moving. So I pressed I, right, on the keyboard, I, to start it, and then play it till you want it to stop right there, and O, letter O, standard. Now, if you need the audio in this shot, you're gonna click the clip, right? Click the clip, and then you're gonna drag down here. Okay, so now you have the shot up top, and on the bottom section you have the audio. I didn't need the audio, so I just delete the audio. And if you just want to drag your clip in by itself, you can just go to these two icons, grab the clip, and just drag it. And if you want to grab the audio separately, you can grab the audio side. But I don't need the audio, right? So, okay, I like the movement, awesome. And cut right there, drag it down. Alright, let's go to the next shot. And the next shot is going to be behind the shoulder. So we want it to line up with this, right? This motion right here. We want it to line up with this whole thing, right? So he's laying back almost. Scroll through these, see if I like him. Back. Okay, he's not reaching over as much. Okay. I haven't seen him lean towards his right that much, and that's what we need to do. There it is, kind of. That movement, okay. So what we can do is, since it's out of focus right there, come here, he looks up, and now he leans. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's see. Still moving. Okay, so now we have cut it down till right, so the movement is the same, kind of right there. He leans over, got it. Okay, so again, go making a solid movement, and what you did was, so started off introducing the character, and then cut it with him still in the shot, and the background is the other subjects that are focused on, right? So next shot, and that goes to a close-up of the second character. Alright, so basically, you want to check the settings right now. Go to sequence settings. My sequence are a bit off, so custom, keep it at 23.976 is fine. Make sure it's at 1920, 1080, square pixels 1.0, and everything else, kind of copy this format. Okay, go okay, sure, change it, it's going to stay the same since it's HD. Alright, and so now you have this small little sequence. I don't want to show too much because it's just an example. Cool, so you get the movement, and what you basically have is, the first character, the boss. He's working. He sees movement. Two girls working. One of them is eating chips, licking her finger, and I guess he has something to say about it. Little thought behind what he has. So there you have it. That's a sequence that we have, and really, that's just a little example of a little movement with the camera shots and movement with subject focus, right? So first shot, second shot has two subjects in it. Now it goes back to the other subject, but there's always a bridge, a transition, right? So close up solo, now you have two from the back and introducing a character, and then you have a close up on the character, right? This could have been a medium shot. We did get a medium shot like this one, and it would have worked a little bit more, but as you can see, this is just a test shot because you can see the light in the back. And we also have more shots. This was a pretty cool commercial. I haven't yet started working on it, but since I had it laid out, I thought why not show you guys how I start my projects. And there's a bunch of stuff that we can do, a bunch of more stuff that I can keep going on, but I don't want this video to be too extensive. Really quick, I wanted to show you guys, right? So now you have the sequence, and really quick, what I wanted to show you guys was how I used to color. So I do use Magic Bullet Colorista film for color grading, Colorista 3 usually, but I realize that a lot of you do not have Colorista or the Magic Bullet plugins, so we're gonna go with the simple whatever comes with Premiere, and it's gonna be Lumetri Color, right? So just a little bigger, the side tab. So we're gonna go ahead and color this clip right here, right? And it's not as neutral as I want. If you go more neutral, you can have a little bit more play with the color grading, but this is gonna be a quick edit. So we already kind of had the warmth on there, and the Kelvin was set to I think 5,000. So it's gonna be a quick touch up. Again, if you're shooting at S-Log, or you're shooting at Canon's flat, a Cinestyle, then or neutral on your DSLR, then you'll have a little bit more room to play with the depth and the colors, right? But just for this quick, I'm sure you guys are shooting at a certain Kelvin, and this was at 5,000. I'm gonna go ahead and go to start off with the Lumetri at temperature. Put the temperature down. I want to get the whites a little bit closer to their native white color, so add a little bit of blue in the shot, right? Not too much blue because we don't need that much blue, but that is good. That kind of like equals out the whites in the shot. And you got a little bit of magenta there, 7 plus. The exposure is nice. I like the exposure. You can go bump it up a little bit more, so we have a little bit more room to play with the shadows, and the highlights aren't being blown out, so we're still good there. So you can keep going. That's really good right there. Yeah, there you go. The contrast, probably add contrast since we did boost up the exposure. And you can kind of make the shadows a native color. That's pretty good right there. Maybe not that much, but that's pretty good. Highlights, maybe highlights down a little. since it is a little bit bright. Again, this is all based on the type of style that you're going for your shoot. But for this shoot, it's just a simple office scenario, and usually offices are well lit. It's a working environment, right? Shadows, let's put them down a little bit, not too much. The whites, we can just keep them a little bit up, and the blacks. So after you have the whites set, then you go to blacks, and usually I like to keep the blacks or just make it look natural for now. We're not playing with too much color now, where this is mostly exposure, tone, and white balance, right? So first you mess with the white balance. You can even, tap this and go to the whites in the shot, but then it changes it up, and I don't like that look, right? So go back, and I like to do a custom look, right? Tone, exposure, contrast, all that is set to whatever you want. The saturation, maybe tone it down a little bit, because we are gonna play with the colors individually, right? So now press this basic correction, and basically tap the creative, and you can mess with the creatives, right? So click through them and see if you like some of them. Some of them are kind of too dark and too movie-esque right now for what we're trying to do. This isn't too much of a movie. This is more of a commercial, and I just want it to be well lit, and that's pretty much it. Not too much creative stuff with the colors, really. Maybe just evening out the skin tones, but that's about it. I really like this rush, right? But we can add very small intensity and click on it. That didn't work. Let's go back to the gold rush HDR. Damn it. So you can't change, that's weird, you can't change the intensity while you haven't chosen a preset that you like yet. So just learn something new, keep that in mind. Let's go to gold HDR, gold rush HDR, press it. So now it goes on your clip, and you can mess with the intensity of that preset, right? So I'm gonna put it down. I don't want that much. That's pretty good right there. I like that. It's just right. Let's go to curves, and honestly, I don't mess with this thing too much, but sometimes I like it because it adds a little style and effect to everything. And it gives you that finer play with the tone of the shot, really. That's what I think it really helps with. Let's go back here. Okay, cool. Let's do that again. Okay. Alright, so that helps a little bit. Color wheels is cool because this is when I like to add a little bit to the shadows, like a little bit of blue in the shadows. Not that much, just a little bit, and then maybe a little bit of green, yellow midtones, and a little bit of orange in the highlights. So that's kind of how I like to do it. And then you can also play with the tone of the color wheels, like the midtones and the shadows. Midtones, I like to keep them down a lot, bring them down, and then the shadows bring it up a little bit, so it evens that out. That's really nice right there. And the highlights, bring them up a little bit, not too much. That's really good. And then So that's pretty much all you need. This HSL secondary is basically the hue of each color, and like you can play around with it, but yeah, I mean, I don't need too much of this. Yeah, so it just plays with one certain color, and for this one it's going to be yellow, the yellow one. And again, you can't like mess with it too much just because. See, it's pretty good. Okay. I don't like to mess with that. You don't really need to mess with that, right? And vignetting, I don't like to do vignetting on the commercials. So, Lumetri Color, and when you go here to effect controls, you can go down to Lumetri Color, press the effects button, and you can see how we've changed this shot, which is really, really good, and it looks a lot cleaner, right? From that to this, which is a lot better. So basically, okay, so you can see how we've changed the shot like drastically. So now copy the clip and drag both of the clips before that. Right click, paste attributes, click this off. All we need is Lumetri Color, okay, and then I'll give you kind of a tone of the other shots as well. If you want to keep it like that, keep it like that. I think it's pretty nice. That color kind of adds like that office white vibe, which isn't bad. It's actually, you know, I like the color. So there you have it. Now you just press enter if you have that as a command, and render your whole sequence. And I'm gonna run you through the exporting process as well, just while we're at it. After your clip renders, you know, go ahead and watch it completely. And there's a little shake there. I'll probably stabilize it. There you go. Cool. You get that sequence going, and now you're ready to export, right? So to say. And you always want to go to effects, transitions. You always want to add a dissolve at the end and beginning of your clip. And a little word of advice, a little tip too: when you have a big sequence and there's a lot of files, go ahead and press O to add a selection to your small workspace, right? So you can have a bunch of other shots here, but you press O, and this is your little workspace, and you can just render your workspace, the small workspace that you have. Alright, so once that renders, now you have this dissolving in and dissolving out, if that was the end, right? If it's not, it's obviously not the end of the commercial, but that's just a small example, and I gave you a little bit of tips on color grading as well, very simple color grading, and it gives you this look of, you know, cinema. You can also go beyond, and let me show you a simple trick. I have it on here, I think. Yeah, so it's right here, right? This is a picture from Google. If you just type in on Google Premiere Pro anamorphic, right? This file will pop up, and it's just a top and bottom bar for your clip, right? So without the clip, it's, you know, there's just the bar. You can't see here because the background's black, but this is just, yeah, the bar. Maybe this will put it into perspective what it really is. You just get that picture of that from Google, and then you paste it on top of your clip, and it gives you that aspect ratio. So your whole clip looks a lot cleaner, and it looks more like a movie now, right? There you go. But we're gonna take that off so it renders faster. Go to File, Export Media, and you will have this page right here. Go to the bottom right here, and I like to put my clips at MPEG 4 videos. Match the source of your sequence, and it should be at the settings of 1920 by 1080. That's HD, full HD. Output name, let's put a commercial. Kettner Law, and check out Kettner Law if you guys have any questions also about products that you guys want to manage. If you're an investor, call them Kettner Law. If you're a video maker and you want to copyright your logo, trademark anything, if you're in maritime, if you have a civil litigations, they do all that. So go ahead and check out kettnerlaw.com. They're actually managing this company called Blink Hangers as well, and they're pretty amazing. So check them out. They're my go-to law firm for sure, and I'm also doing their videos, so that's a big plus. Go ahead and save to the folder of your choice. I'll go to my hard drive, and it's going to be under Kettner Law, right? So save it, and just for the sake of showing you guys, you can keep the quality at 100 if you wanted to render at the best quality, but it's going to be a little bit slower. And I also like to press this, use maximum render quality, because it keeps the files very high if you have time. And if your computer's fast, do that. If not, you can also drop the quality down. It won't really harm the clips too much. It's mostly just a file issue, right? And if you're going to blow up your clips, you're going to want to keep it up at the highest quality. So guys, once that is done, you will find it on your hard drive, and it will be wherever you chose it to be on the folder. You just go to your folder to, let's see, should be here, Kettner Law, and it's exporting right now, but it should be right there, done, and you should see it as an image just like one of these, right? And it'll be right here. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next. If you guys want me to do any other tutorials or a small basic learning mechanism, tools, techniques, then please comment below with what you are looking to get done, and if I see popularity on it, I will definitely make a note of it and make the video. Guys, this is simple for me, but I realize that a lot of you are learning, and I would love to help all of you out. So you can always email me at info@artistaentertainment.com. If you are someone looking for branding and looking for video or marketing, also go to our www.artistaentertainment.com/contact us page and fill out the form, send us a message, and we will get to you very quickly. You can also leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys later.